Okay, I was back here enjoying the music. Hello, everybody. Hello, my name is Mrs. O, and we have Miss Take Heed to the Message. Thank you all for joining us at our on our podcast tonight, Grown Ass Women Podcast. So once again, thank you all for joining us. And I will let my good sis, introduce herself. I will mute my mic.
Good evening, everybody. I'm just here to start trouble. Okay, that's it. Okay, the title of this foolery tonight is A Man Should Look Up to His Wife. If he wants to be a real man. Mm-mm-mm. A man should look up to his wife if he wants to be a real man. I'll be damned. Okay, I'm done.
I seen this. I was like, oh, now we have to go over some videos to see this foolishness here, because people that lost their mind, especially these men out here preaching this type of rhetoric to these women. Bad enough they have a women out here have a goddess complex, and then to have a preacher, a man, or any pastor, any kind of man to back them up, that show you that they just lost. And we have to go over this foolishness tonight. So whenever we put a video up, we can go ahead and do so, because this makes absolutely no sense. So let's go with the first video.
Think the black relationship do not last anymore?
Cause the black woman think the black man's supposed to have one woman, and the nigga is unhappy. Nigga's unhappy with one woman till he die. I'm just the only black man can finally say it.
Damn.
Nigga is really miserable.
Oh, Lord.
And then the black woman is selfish in the relationship.
What you mean? Explain that.
Oh, well, it's all about her. If she having a bad day, the house has a bad day.
Okay. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Her feelings matter more than the best interest of the relationship.
True.
Her feelings matter more than the best interest of the children. Everything revolves around the black woman, when God created everything to revolve around the man.
Ooh, you said some shit then. Yeah.
God created everything to center and evolve around the man. No matter what kind of man he is. The woman is the motivator to the man. She's his inspiration to all things.
Yeah. Damn.
To be better, to do better. But she don't know how to motivate him outside of getting him some pussy. Because she's selfish in her emotions.
Oh my God, he's something else. But he told all truth. He told all facts on that one. He really did. I don't listen to everything that man say because sometimes he go off the deep end. But when it comes to certain stuff that actually makes sense, they still will villainize his words. So he is speaking truth on everything, especially on that video. We can, we can be selfish, and selfishness actually falls under narcissism. But women are quick to say that men are narcissistic. They just throw all these words out here without knowing what they're, what the definition of everything. But well, all I can say is we really need to do better because without the man, we're nothing, actually, you know. And I can say this, especially when you're a little girl, you need that father there. Now I keep saying it, you need that father there because he will give you that stability and everything, and he'll also help balance a lot of things out far as your emotion and everything. So your father is your first teacher. So it's a lot of women out here say that they don't need a man to teach them. Or either they say, what's this one thing they always say? Oh, I don't need a man. He ain't my daddy, this, that, and the third. When you get on from under your father, if your father was around, your husband is your new father. That is your new daddy. But they won't say that, but they'll at the same, under the same breath, they'll say, well, you ain't my daddy. You don't tell me what to do. But the father gives you the father's supposed to give his daughter over to the husband. And it's the husband take on the responsibility. What I'm saying? The father gives the daughter, he was responsible for her. So the best thing to do is let your father vet for your husband. He'll let you know if this is a good man or not. And if the man isn't, your father, he will not put you in the hands of somebody that'll actually hurt you, if that makes any sense. But you will hear a lot of times a lot of women go out there saying that they don't need a man. A man can't do anything for them. But how did you get here, boo boo? It was your daddy. It was a man that created you. Mama, we just carried the seed. We didn't create anything. But I'm gonna mute my mic, sis, and I'll let you go ahead.
You know what? What really hurts is that most of us don't know who our fathers are. Most of us do not know who our fathers are. So when we get up here and a man is trying to give you structure, I'm going to say your husband, and the first thing that we say to him, oh, you ain't my daddy, you don't tell me what to do. And some of y'all don't even know who your daddy is, or if the man who raised you is your real father, because you don't look like him. Okay. So and this is the problem that we have, especially in our community, because mama don't know how to be obedient. So the girls grow up and they don't know how to be obedient. A lot of women, because they don't know how to be obedient, they run good men away. Because we want to be the man in a relationship. That's the problem right there. Now, also what Charleston White was saying, that a man, because I love this brother. I love the way he speaks. Some of his stuff is a little, is out there. But when he said that a man is unhappy, just with only having one woman, I'll share something with you. It depends on a woman. It depends on the woman. Because if you already smother your husband, if you aggravated, if you are his aggravation already. You aggravate him, you kissing on him, you rubbing him down, you biting him, you playing with him, you doing what you're supposed to do as a wife. You're cooking, you're cleaning, occasionally y'all gonna get in arguments and stuff like that. That's normal. But if you already a handful as a wife and you are affectionate to your husband and you're caring and you want to be under him, he don't want to be with nobody else. Because this is what when men get a routine and the routine is safe for them, they're going to continue with that routine. Men are just creatures of habit. They're creatures of habit. So if they feel like when they come home there's peace, they're going to always come home. They're going to always come home. So this is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to say. A lot of these women, because you don't want the structure and you never seen a man that could bring structure before, when you finally do end up with a good man, your attitude runs him away. Your attitude, your behavior will run him away. And I'm going to mute my mic. I'm done.
We have to, all of us, we can get off the deep end. I'm talking about the sisters. We get into our feelings and everything else and our emotions and stuff. And a lot of times we just have to keep that in check. So we're not saying that all marriages are perfect, because there's always going to be disagreements, but we still have to learn how to have the inside voice when it comes to our husbands. But sometimes it be kind of hard and we blur stuff out. But there is nothing wrong with apologizing to your husband. We all have to apologize, especially when we know, even if we're not in the wrong, you still apologize. Somebody have to say sorry in order for your marriage to work. And if you don't apologize, you're not empathetic or anything like that, it'll be a whole bunch of mess. And I tell a lot of these sisters, stop withholding sex. Just because you're mad at your husband, that does not give you a right to withhold sex. You're supposed to give him his due benevolence. Your body belongs to him just like his body belongs to you. Y'all playing the games with y'all body, and you call yourself thinking that you actually hurting the husband. You're actually opening doors for other people. So you really have to be careful with what you do. But we can go to the next video. I mute my mic.
You marry a woman that's been with 10 different men, that's a lot of imprinting. Because for a woman, sex changes your DNA. Wow. It changes it. It alters it. This is biologically proven. So you're being imprinted. I would rather be imprinted by the man that I'm marrying and not engage in sort of like a psychological, biological, spiritual orgy. Because now, a lot of times you wonder why relationships are not working, because they're comparing you with other lovers. And because everything happens at a psychological, subconscious level, sometimes people are not able to access why they treat you or respond to you in a certain way when the response is coming from all of these other experiences that they've had.
I will let you start with this one, sis, and then I'm after you.
I love what she said, because this is so true. This is why you see these young women, they done so much, with Tom, Dick, and Harry, that if they ain't put those wigs on, they look like men. If they ain't put those wigs on, they look like men. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we were younger, if you had a short haircut and you ain't had, no wig on, but you just had a dress on or something like that, people can tell, oh, this is a woman. You know what I'm saying? This is a woman. Even though she got a short haircut, this is a woman. But let these younger women wear short haircut. You scared. You got to look twice. You shake. You know what I'm saying? You wondering what's going on. Okay? The thing is that what she's saying is right, because remember now they even said that sperm stay in women for their lifetime. Like just some part of it stays in their body for a lifetime. And sometimes, you know what, I'll share something with you. You take on, and I believe this to be true, because there's things that my husband, from the connection that we have, you know what I'm saying? There's things that I already know he's not gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Like I just already know. And I understand that because we've been married a long time, but I can feel when something is wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those wives that, you just walk around the house and la la land, and you know what I'm saying? You know something is wrong with him. Sometimes I go lay my behind right on him. Okay. Kiss on him, pull his beard, you know what I'm saying? Aggravate him a little bit and be like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So what she's saying is correct. What she's saying about the DNA is correct. Because you got to understand, this is why some of them, when they do finally get a man that is of good substance, and then they're sleeping with him, and they thinking about the other man who dropped the whole atomic bomb in that JJ. It's because they're comparing him to the good man that she's with. And this is why these good men get dogged out, because these women have done so much out here in these streets. When they do get the good one, they don't know how to treat them. They're comparing the good one with the one that got the good D. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that the one who have substance don't have good D. It's just that the one she was screwing before didn't give two craps about her. So he was screwing her any old kind of way to get what he needed to get. And the one who really loved her is the one who is making love to her. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it nice and smooth. He's touching her back. He's rubbing her. And she don't understand that. This is why you got to be a little careful when a woman like it a little rough sometimes, because she has been dogged out like that. You know what I'm saying? She has been dogged out. So when she does all that and she likes it a little rough, a little crazy sometimes. Now, I ain't saying that you shouldn't be crazy sometimes, because I have been there. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be crazy sometimes. Okay? I'm not saying that. But if it's constantly, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes my husband put a death grip, and it's hard. But I'm just saying sometimes it's a problem. I mean, sometimes it's okay, but when it's all the time, you know what I'm saying? And then after he's done, he just dismiss you. That's a whole issue right there. And if you dismissing him, that's a whole issue right there. That's like some type of secret hate or something going on. I don't know. Okay, I'll be damned. I don't know what, I'm done. I'm finished.
So you got me laughing over here. Look, I would say what I always been saying. When it comes to the sex part, if you have so many partners and you slept with so many men, it will be hard for you to pair bond with that husband that you get with, because you fighting all these spirits. When I was reading about how much, how long a man's DNA be in a woman's body, I was like, dang, that's why a lot of women is bugged out here, and they having conflicting issues, especially when it comes to a man. So when they get with this husband, they say, well, he not satisfying me in bed. He's not satisfying you in the bed, sweetheart, because you had so many, you ran through so many rods and stuff, and your body is conflicted. It don't know what to feel. But it's a such thing as like I said, STDs, we already know about that, but also sexually transmitted demons as well. If you have so much of that up in your body, how can you be able to pair bond with your husband? So sis was right on what she was saying in that video. I don't disagree with her at all. but it would be kind of hard. It's so many men out there that wants to be with a woman, especially it's a certain woman they want to be with, but they wondering why they can't bond with them like they need to. And it's sadly, I used to hear this. A lot of women used to tell their husbands, and I used to hear this now. You not doing it right. This and that third. They try to tell them how to, how to have sex with them. You're not supposed to do that. Let that man do. Their job is to conquer us, especially when it comes to your husband. I'm not talking about nobody else. It's their duty to conquer. So let them make love to you the way they want to, not the way we want to. If it hurt a little bit, be like, okay, baby, you know what I'm saying, do something like that. But when it comes to how they want to make love to you or have sex with you, let that man do what he's supposed to do. We really need to how can I say it? We really need to chill out with that and stuff, and stop comparing your husbands with your ex and whatever guys you messing around with, because at the end of the day, them guys not thinking nothing about you. And like you said, sis, they just in it just to get what they get, and they go about their business. But if, like you said, if they run across a whole bunch of women that want to play those games, like, oh, you choked me up and put a knife to my throat, I'd heard some stuff. Yeah, it was one video I ran across, sis, and this lady was talking about she liked for her man to put a knife at her throat. I was like, who in the world, what man gonna sign up to marry this? And she not married, but she talking about she want a husband that'll match her energy. And she like to play, do the knife thing. And she said, cut her, let it go across her back while she doing whatever. I said, these bras is out here. They bat-ish crazy for real. Girl, I can't even deal with it. But we gotta go. We gotta go over to another video. But it's crazy. Do better, sisters.
To the men, if you want a woman that you admire, that you look up to, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you want a woman that you can look up to, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. Because as you're looking up to a woman that you admire, society is going to try to pressure you to bring her down so you can look at her eye level. And when you bring her down, at this point, you're going to minimize, you're going to downplay, you're going to suffocate the gifts, the talents, and the abilities on the inside of her. When God brought her into your life for you to look up, for her to sharpen you, and for you to start coming up in your maturity, for you to start coming up in your identity. If you don't have the proper identity of a man and you don't know who you are, as you're looking up, you're going to get uncomfortable. Then you're going to try to start bringing her down. And if you start trying to bring her down, she cannot be to you who God intended for her to be to you, in order to sharpen you, to reposition you, to put you in a place that accelerates your life, simply because you're not comfortable looking like this. People are not even going to be able to see you looking like this. You just got to know, I look like this and I admire up here, because watch this. This is not downplaying me. This is uplifting me.
I'm gonna go first on this one. Where in the hell did Super Simp come from? He is saying we got a man supposed to get down to our eye level. You know who running his household, right? His woman, his wife, if he have one. She is the one giving that, what they call that, pillow talk. So everything that she feel, he is speaking, she is speaking through him. That's exactly. He sound like a female. He sound like a feminist out here. That's not no man. Not one man will talk like that. That is a whole bra in a man's body. There is no way in hell a man supposed to look down to our level, and we supposed to be the ones they look up to. In other words, he is telling everybody, and especially in his church, he's telling these sisters that you are God. No, the husband is God. The husband is a God. We're not a God. So you going around, he just changed the whole order of things. And that's why a lot of these women is looking up to these pastors, and they said, well, the pastor said that you supposed to do what I tell you. The pastor said, I'm supposed to teach you. We're not apt to teach. We're not supposed to teach our men. We're not supposed to teach our husbands anything. The husbands are the teachers. Without that, we're lost. I put it this way: since this simp, pimp, I mean, Pastor Simp, is speaking like this. So you mean to tell me, Pastor Simp, that if these women are so much God of gods, why they are the first ones and they the majority of ones that's out here getting evicted out of their homes? They can't protect themselves. They always need a man to fix their homes. They need a man to do any and everything because we can't do everything. And only thing we supposed to do is make sure we're the managers of the home. And I'm talking about the wives because that's what we at. We're the managers of the home. So in other words, this man is telling these sisters, well, if you don't have a simp like me, you ain't living, sis. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. I'm, I have more, but I'm not even gonna go into it because he just pissed me off. But sis, you go ahead with this one.
Miss O, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. Okay? Because the Black woman is God, damn it. The Black woman is God, okay? The Black woman is God, damn it. You heard me. I'm not playing. The Black woman I'll be damned, okay? He got it right. Men are supposed to look up to us, okay? Men are supposed to be up here looking. They're supposed to look to us. We are the first teachers of children. Of children. We're the first teachers of children. The man is the one who governs over the entire family. He is the structure and the foundation on which the family stands on. That's how it's supposed to be. Because y'all don't want that collection plate empty on Sundays. That's the nonsense that y'all out here preaching. And these same women ain't gonna find no damn body. Ain't nobody gonna want you. Okay, that's one thing about a man. I can't go. First of all, my husband. I remember my husband said this to me one day. He said, and this is the beginning of our marriage. He said, only one of us wear the pants in this marriage. Only one of us do. Only one of us wear the pants in this marriage. He said, you're going to act like you got some sense when you talk to me. I'm your husband. I gave you my last name. You didn't give me your last name. I love you, but I'm not going to take your shit. He said, you're going to watch the way you talk to me. I said, excuse you. I was popping my head and everything. He said, you can pop it all you want, but you're going to learn how to talk to me. And I ain't had no choice but to learn how to talk to my husband. But this is the uncomfortable truth because the church will sit up here and teach these women, oh, your husband is beneath you. Your husband ain't nothing. Because you're more accomplished. You went to school. You did this. You did that. All this nonsense that they will get out here and teach these women. And you know what's going to happen? These women going to end up old and die alone. There are a lot of women in church that they wish that they had a husband. They will get up here and act like, oh, no, I don't need no man, this and that. I got Jesus. Yeah, that's what they'll say. I got Jesus. Mind you, Jesus didn't want them, okay? Jesus don't want you for that. Your purpose is to be fruitful and multiply. That is your purpose, okay? That's your purpose, but women miss that part. You sitting up there talking about you got Jesus and you got 4 babies. I don't understand that part. This is the uncomfortable truth. You want Jesus, but you got 4 babies. And this thing don't even make no sense. How he sit up there and say that foolery, because women will actually go around and say, you supposed to admire me. You supposed to look up to me. My pastor said, because that's what they quick to say. My pastor said, you supposed to look up to me. I'll be damned. First of all, I can't respect you if you don't even know how to protect yourself. I can't respect you if I got to lay my life on the line for you and these children. Okay? I can't. I'm not doing that. That's nonsense right there. You want the one who was made first. You want Adam to look up to you. Can you imagine? And the women will run with this narrative, and I'm gonna share something with you. I don't care what nobody say, but these pastors have these teaching to keep these women single, because once these women get married, they know all that money that those women is pumping in that church, they ain't gonna get that money. They ain't gonna get that money no more. Because the man ain't gonna let his wife carry $1,000, $2,000 to the church, and they know that bills got to be paid in that house. They ain't the husband is not gonna say, "Oh, Jesus will find a way. Jesus will find a way," and this is what they believe. When God already gave you the way, you got a job. You supposed to take care of home first before you go and unleash all that money onto your pastor. I'll be damned. I'm done. I'm finished running my mouth.
I had to I totally agree with you, sis. It's like every time I turn around, why would we want our men weak? Nobody want their man weak. And then you know what? It's a lot of women out there that actually, I will call them what they are, like I always say, ostriches, that's out here calling strong men weak and weak men strong. Make that make sense. It's just like they just asinine, no sense, but they're the most educated girl. Oh, I'm so tired of them. But we can go to the next video. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the last video. Dang, I thought we had some more going on. Boy, I tell you. But yeah, these women want to control men. We cannot control a man. And if you can, and to you sisters, if you can get a man that you can control, you have an issue on your hands. It's an underlying issue that you don't know nothing about. Because anytime that you can, how can I put it, call yourself controlling a man like that, he could be a backdoorian, as they call it. Something going on. I'm just being honest. He a backdoorian, something going on. And on top of it, like I said last time, a lot of simps have a whole bunch of women. You're not the only one. Simps are the biggest pimps out there, and they don't understand that. So you think you running this man or whatever, whatnot, you having his balls in your his balls in your purse, and everybody else's balls in your purse. Somebody else's, they took his balls and ran with it too. So y'all sharing the same balls. So y'all, what you proving? There's so many simps that I did know that had numerous women, and some of them was like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all not really winning when it comes to having a man like that. Say for instance, you got this simp, you running things this, that, and third, and telling this man that oh, this is my house and I could do what I want to do, this, that, third. So somebody come in the door, who gonna protect the home? You gonna call yourself going out there talking about, going up to the robber or somebody telling them what you doing in my house? You can't run everybody like you running your man. You gonna run across the right one. So what simp out there really gonna protect you? They not gonna protect you, because I used to see a lot of simps. They was like, I'm just sorry, they just punks. They not gonna protect. They can't protect themselves from you. So how can they protect protect the house and everything else? If they can't protect themselves from you, they are considered weak in my book. But sis, I'll let you go ahead and say what you gotta say on that one. I'm mute.
I don't even know what to say. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Because the thing is that we believe, and it's just, oh my goodness, we believe that we are men. The women in our culture, we believe that we are men. That's why when we do meet a man that have substance and that he's not gonna put up with your mess, this is when you call him a narcissist. When he don't put up with your mess, this is when you call him a narcissist. Oh, he's controlling. He think he my master. You know what I'm saying? All this foolery. And I'm going to share something with you. God designed man to be like that. He did. A lot of women don't understand it, but God designed man to be like that. Whatever a man touch, he must conquer it. He must conquer it. And women don't understand that because we don't actually understand men. We don't. We think we do. Now, I think Boss Man had put something in here about, should you be able to control a man with sex? Should you be able to control a man with sex? And I'm going to share something with you, Ms. O. This is what the elders teach the younger women. Oh, yeah. You can control him. You can get him to do whatever you want him to do. Let me share something with you. This is only for boys. You can only do it to boys. You can't do it to no man. You cannot do it to no man. It ain't going to work. It don't work. And a lot of women don't understand that. They don't. They think if they withheld that, but JJ, that it's going, oh, he's going to bend to my will if I hold the JJ. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. When you come back, especially if we talking about a king mindset, and when he come back, okay, when you come back to him, he gonna let you know, it's still no. It's still no. And I'll share something with you that's so funny. In the early days of me dating my husband, I used to do that same thing to him. Okay? I used to do that to him. I get mad with him. I act like, this and that. And you know what he used to tell me? He used to tell me, you too fresh to hold out. Like you can't even hold out. Like you too fresh to hold out. That's your whole problem right there. You call yourself trying to punish somebody, and you messing your own self up. So this is why I'm gonna share something with you. I'm a firm believer. Okay, I am a firm believer, and this is my testimony. Even when you mad, give up the JJ freely, honey. Be friendly with that pussy. Okay, be friendly. Okay, no, God gonna be mad with you. Be friendly with the pussy to your husband. I don't understand, all this. You're mad for what? You still gotta go do your wifely duties. You still supposed to take care of that husband. Let's stop holding the JJ. Where's we getting that from? Where's we getting that from? Be friendly with your husband. I don't understand that at all. Be nice. But, it's just that the upbringing that we have, we swear we men. So when we get around a man that's not going to put up with that foolery, when we get around a man that's not going to put up with that foolery, now the man is all certain names. He's all this, that, whatever. Because you have never met a man that has structure. You know what I'm saying? You have never met a man that's not going to put up with your nonsense. I believe that, it's hard to say. It's just that we, as women, as elder women, it's hard to teach the young because they don't want to hear that. They believe being a boss chick, a bad chick, a black girl magic, and I am queen. They believe that stuff works. They believe it works. That's right, Milani. That's right. Once you marry, your body is his, and his body is yours as well. Okay? That's what it is. And let me share something with you. A man will never reject you. Your husband will never reject you. I don't care how tired he is. Even if he got to wake up late in the midnight hour around 2 in the morning and say, baby, come on. Come on. I know you wanted it at 11, but come on. I got you now. I'm all right. Okay. And why I'm saying that is because I'm a living testimony. I'm done.
So I had to I agree with you 100%, sis. When it comes to a lot of these women out there, your box don't hold the power you think it do. It will hold the power to simps. A man, no, because in actuality, if you're not gonna give it to him and you want to withhold it, he can easily get it from somebody else. I've been saying this for the longest, and sis, you've been saying it too. They think they withhold the box, like, oh, he gonna bend to my will and he gonna do whatever I say. I want this person, I won't get it. And guess what? He won't be getting them. Watch how fast I get that person. No, honey, that's not how it goes. You cannot control a man with your box. Y'all, they were so used to playing those well, how can I put it? Streetwalker games when they was out there running the streets and probably still running the streets behind their husband's back. You never know. But every man is not the same. My daddy used to have to tell me this. He used to tell me every man is not the same. So you cannot run the same rhetoric on every guy you go out. You know, you're gonna run across a couple of them you can play that game with, but when you run across the right one, they not playing that. And technically, I don't give a damn if you mad at him, he mad at you. Don't withhold sex, period. You don't do that. That's something that's a game I don't play. I never played that. So we really have to be on our A game when it comes to our husbands. Because technically, if y'all both mad, it'd probably be better if you did do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. So you just messing up your marriage by not even having any kind of sex with your husband. But sis, we have some more videos out here, so we can play the next one.
All you men out there who are in a situation where you know this woman won't let you finish talking without hisses, that means you're nothing to them. Trust me. At her job, when Mr. Feinstein is talking, they be quiet, they listen to what he has to say, and on top of that, they do it. You, not so much. Why do you think that is? She can't be quiet when you're talking because she doesn't respect you. And if somebody doesn't respect you, if you try to build with them, you're gonna lose miserably.
He spoke actual facts and truth, because it's a lot of, when I used to be at work, and I will say this, like I'll put, for instance, a hospital I used to work at. I used to see a lot of sisters that were married, right? They would talk nicely to the doctors there, nicely to everybody else. Even though when we have a manager that's hollering at us, they like yes, the boss, but I would hear them dog their husbands out on the phone at work, and these be the same ones that have a work husband. They up in the hospitals messing with everybody else, and they talk to them all sweet and nice and everything. But when it comes to their husbands, I used to just hear them going off on them, cussing them out and stuff, and just telling all the business at work, talking about, oh, he ain't this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. I'm like, why would you even put your husband's business out at your job? And and I would have to say this too, when it comes to a lot of sisters out there that are married, that is married, and they have these single female friends, you setting her up to be the cleanup woman to your husband, because you done told her everything about this man. You probably told them how you have sex with them, what you withhold from them, because that's what happened with what Steve Harvey allegedly Steve Harvey's new wife, that she was friends with his ex-wife, and she was saying that what she don't like, what she don't want to do on Steve, and she ran with it and showed, look, I can do it, and guess what? She ended up snatching him up. You can't tell everybody. You're really not supposed to tell whatever goes on in your house. Let that be between you and your husband. Y'all should be able to work that out. I will say, even in my marriage, if I have issues or whatever, I will end up speaking to my husband. I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk to nobody about our business because it's nobody business. It's our issues or it's my issue, and I end up talking to my husband about it. And that's how we do it, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to have family in your business, marital business. You're not supposed to have friends in your marital business. And a lot of you sisters that have these male friends, the first time you have an issue with your husband, the first person you run to is these male orbiters that you have behind closed doors, rather your husband know of them or not. We really not supposed to have these male friends like that, because that's opening that's just a portal just to have him as the side dude. You know what I'm saying? So if you have issues, you really need to talk to your husband about that. And that's in everything. Even if it sounds like it's crazy, you just want to speak to him, just talk to your husband. But we all have to, and I'm speaking upon myself too, really have to watch what we say and how we say it, because it can get tense every once in a while. A lot of people is like this, it's a lot of women, married women, tell me, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Marriage isn't supposed to be about happiness. Marriage is work. A lot of people don't like to hear that marriage is work, but marriage is actually work. You work with each other every day, just like a job. We go always have to, we learn our husbands learn us. It's an ongoing process. That's why I say to death do you part. We will always have to learn something new about our husband, because there's a lot of, when it's I'm jumping, but when women, I'm gonna speak on women, I'm not gonna speak on men. We have a wall, and we have so many walls and so many layers to us that our husbands still don't know yet. So he's still, peeling back, like, how you peel an onion back. It's layers. It's layers to us. So they still learning us, and we're still learning them. And a lot of women out here thinking that once you get a husband, he's supposed to be perfect. He's not perfect, and you not perfect either. We both have to still, we still have to work on each other. And also we need to actually work on ourselves, especially when it comes to your traumas, your old traumas or whatever. Because a lot of us, especially a lot of us sisters, we went through some things when we were children. So we really need to work that out. Like you were saying, sis, your trauma started at 5, mine started at 9. So it's a lot of things that we really have to go over, and just get a it's nothing wrong with getting a therapist. Speak to a therapist. And also, if you have spiritual counseling, and I don't know, it all depends on who your spiritual counselor is. But I'm just being honest. But somebody that's not speak to somebody that's not biased, especially when you speak to someone, if you speaking to somebody that's spiritual, make sure that person isn't saying, oh, well, your husband shouldn't be doing this, your husband shouldn't be doing that. No, they supposed to be able to tell you, you got the problem, sis. It's not your husband, it's you. You had a problem, you need to work with yourself. If you run across somebody that's side with you on everything, run. That's the wrong counsel. And I mute my mic.
So first I want to say to Melania, okay, gang, gang, baby, gang, gang. That's right. Scorpio, gang, gang, baby. Girl, listen, you're going to be somebody problem, honey. You're going to be somebody problem, honey. Okay? You're going to be somebody problem. All day, every day, honey. Be that man problem. Scorpio, gang, gang. Okay, now let me get back to what I was trying to say. Now, Corey is correct. if she can't, if you're trying to talk to her and she's hussing and hissing and she got this attitude when you're trying to explain something to her, just what, the best thing that you could do is catch it while you're dating her. If she does it when you're dating her, then you already know. You already know that she's not going to listen to you when you marry her. So that's just a red flag from the door. Just leave her. You know what I'm saying? Just leave her. Unless you see promise that the correction can be done. But if you don't see promise, leave her. I like to always say if you see promise, because I was my husband nightmare for like 2 years. So I gotta always give that little, that little inch, like if you see promise. It's only because my king saw promise in me and he was like, no, you my wife. No matter what, you my wife. So he took me on his project. He took the project on and was like, I'm going to train you. So, and shout out to my king because he trained me. Okay, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Melania Scorpio, gang, gang, baby. Okay, so this is the thing. What he's saying is right, because we will get in here and respect our boss better than we will respect our husband that is designed to give his life for you. This man is designed to give his life for you and those children. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing that we don't really understand. And I say this all the time on my channel, is that the first thing that should come should be respect. It should not be love. Because if it's respect first, then love follows. But if you love this man first, respect don't follow. Respect got to go first. And a lot of women, they miss that. They don't understand that part. Because a woman can love you all she wants, but she could disrespect you in public and in private. But let me share something with you. If a woman respects you, she gonna respect you everywhere she go. Even when you not around, she gonna respect you. She not gonna let nobody say nonsense to her. She not. Because I'm gonna share something with you. With that respect that you have for your husband, you also have a healthy fear of him as well. And a lot of women will get in here and say to me, what do you mean fear? Why I gotta fear him? I said a healthy fear. Meaning that you're not going to do something that will disgrace this man. Meaning you're not gonna wear something that will disgrace this man. Meaning you're not gonna talk to him out of two sides of your mouth that will hurt this man in any type of way. And I'm done. I'm finished.
And I agree with everything you saying on that one, sister. It's just like they just feel like they guys. It's so much stuff out there. If you look, it's Steve Harvey and everybody else out here telling these women that if he don't do this and do that for you, he's not a man. And that's the biggest simp of all. He is one of the biggest simps, and I'm not gonna take that back either. But it's a lot of women that feed on men. Men that they think are men out there, and the first thing they be like, oh, I want a man like that. No, you don't. No, you don't. That'd be a whole problem, because even simps get tired of you. They do. Even simps get tired of you. So we really have to be careful on how we treating these men, because as I remember I said this before, a lot of men out there had problems with their mothers. For them to run across somebody just like their mother, and their mother was problematic or just did some downright evil to them, you never know when they gonna click. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some that can't deal with their emotions, and that's why there's a lot of DV out there. and they don't really pay attention to that. So we really have to be careful on how we say things, and we all. And I'm just gonna say, I always put, like I said, I always include myself in everything when I'm speaking as well. We really need to watch how we talk to our husbands. It can be a detriment, and like I said, don't think that you above anybody, or especially your husband, not to apologize. Don't be call yourself, oh, he needs to apologize to me first. We always, and I would say this, sisters, you married sisters, always apologize first. Don't call yourself waiting for him to apologize, because some of the time, and I would have to say that some of the time, we the one started. I'm gonna be honest, we are the ones that start a lot of arguments. Men like peace. And we just all of a sudden just come out of nowhere on them, and then they be like, now where in the hell this come from? You know what I'm saying? So we really need to watch that. And I will say this wholeheartedly. We really need to check ourselves. If we having issues or trust issues, whatever, seek help, get the help you need. But we're gonna go to the next video, sis.
I make it rain on you. Let me hear you hit them notes. Sometimes in south there's a misty rain, and gently touches my soul. It cools the fire that burns in me, and I simply lose control. So just, let your love shower on me.
Now, did not say this. Yes, that is a man. That's a man. That's a transformer. I'm just gonna be honest. Do y'all see how he look? If he didn't sing
Rain
the
on
open,
you. Let me hear you hit them notes. Sometimes in south there's a misty rain, and gently touches my soul. It cools the fire that burns in me, and I simply lose control. So just, let your love shower on me.
now, remember I was saying, sis, and a lot of people was coming at Grace because she was talking about too. The weave, the aesthetics, the plastic. That look like a broad. That look like a whole woman. You look at it, that's a woman. That's why I was saying, when it comes to us women, we out here taking the fashion of something that's like this. These men don't know the difference between a man or a woman these days. They even have the surgeries for their hands, because normally you could tell a man by their hands. They said they having a surgery for the hands and everything. You see the Adam's apple gone. You wouldn't know that this was a man until you heard them sing. It caught me on loop. I thought this was gonna be a woman talking some crap, talking about something. Ain't no man gonna tell me what to do. You know, the ostrich, the head going like this and all that other stuff. This was a whole dude. This threw me back. That is not a woman. That is not a woman. No, that is a transformer. That is not a woman. You hear the voice? He sounded like he was a background singer for like he was in Drew Hill or something. That was not a broad. I didn't hear nothing that sound like Whitney Houston, nothing that sound like Mariah Carey. I heard Cisco come out of that that whatever that is voice. That is not a woman. I am so done right now. Since I let you say so, because I can't say nothing else.
First of all, Black Man Unfiltered, I'm not coming to your show no more. I'm done. This ain't right at all, okay? Because I could have sworn, okay? This and then I had to look. I was like, wait a minute, the titties is too perky. I don't, But then I looked at, wait a minute, because they're young, Because when you're young, your titties sit up when you're young. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Even when you got them double D's, your titties sit up when you're young. Okay. But then I looked, I said, nah, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Okay. Because I thought I was going to hear girl song, girl voice or whatever. Now, listen, I'm not hating on nobody. You do what you do. Okay. You do what you do. That's your business. Okay. But this is why men, and just like Miss O said, this is why men are tired of us wearing these laces. This is why men are tired of us wearing all this makeup. They want to actually see what you look like. So if you ain't got no hair, baby, you better start taking off that wig and letting them see what you look like, taking that makeup off your face and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. This does not make no sense. But I'm going to share something with you. They got, listen. They got a lot of stuff that you ain't never seen, because I'm going to share something with you. There's an influencer one time, Miss O, that I was like, I got flagged for his content. And because he said to his audience that women should be sleeping with men the first 7 days, right? First 7 days of meeting a man. And it was what's his name? Oh my goodness, I forgot his name, but he a famous influencer. Okay. He's a famous influencer. I forgot his name. Black Man Unfiltered, do you remember who I'm talking about? That he said that you're supposed to sleep with the man in the first 7 days, okay, of meeting him. Thank you, Melania. Thank you, baby. T.S. Madison, baby. Black Man Unfiltered, find a picture of T.S. Madison, please. Please find a picture of T.S. Madison, because let me share something with you. If you didn't actually just talk to this person, you would straight up think this is just a plus size woman that got hips and from side to side and everything. You would straight up, okay? Because me and my king one day, I told my king, I said, this is T.S. Madison. He said, no, it ain't. I said, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay? My king in the chat right now. Yes, it is. Okay? That was T.S. Madison. Okay? Listen, you're going to do what you do, but why are we trying so hard to trick men? You know what I'm saying? Why are we trying so hard to trick men? And this is the thing that even messes a lot of men up, and it's sad. Because when men get in that heated moment and they so close to where they ready, that's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. That's a man. That's a man. Listen. You do what you want. That's your business. But I'll be damned. I'm done. I'm finished.
I done seen so many. Now it's a short story, but I remember when I was going to high school, I had this one friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was in a single mother household. When I tell y'all, he had a big Adam's apple. My husband even know who I'm talking about. He had a big Adam's apple coming out his throat, right? One time, one of my brothers was trying to hit on this one female, like, "Ooh, dang, she bad, this, that, the third." He ended up turning around. Now you heard me say he ended up turning around like, "Boy, it's me." He's like, "What in the hell?" Y'all, he don't look like how he was when we went to high school. Look better than this one, right? This thing right here. You wouldn't even know that used to be a man. So y'all really need to be careful. That's why a lot of these men say they want natural. Like I said before, makeup was made for men in the first place to hide their masculine features. When we wear so much makeup, the contouring and everything else, it actually brings out more masculine features. Not it take away our feminine look. That's why a lot of men like the natural look. They don't want exactly. What you say? What happens if a man gets drunk and wake up to that in the morning? Death row. Ooh. Hey, I heard some stories now. I ain't even gonna get into it. I know you heard some stories, sis. I heard some stories. I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna say who, but I know a lot of people that I grew up with said that they ended up running across those and they couldn't believe it. They said, "Oh, she was bad, this, that, and the third. Next thing I know, pants went down. It was bigger than mine." I'm like, "What the?" Yeah. So that's the same like T.S. Madison. That looked like a woman, but from what I heard, it still have his. So y'all need to be careful out there. If you can't find a natural woman, run. If you have to keep running across these women with they face beat to the gods, it's something wrong with them. It's so many women out here. Why is you messing with your body? God made your body the way He wanted to have it. If you want it to be aesthetically, beautiful, whatever, just go to the gym. It's not hard to work out, whatever, whatnot. But we out here, and I'm talking about women, not me. Y'all out here buying BBLs, belly booty lifts. Y'all getting these breast implants. Y'all even getting they even getting the Botox. So it's making them look more like those too, because they want that definition all in their face and all of your cheekbone. You not your cheekbones, but your jawline and everything. That's masculine features. So they just setting everybody up for the okie doke, and that's why a lot of these men out here are getting tricked. They're getting tricked in the game because it's a lot of women out there that want to be the transformers. Y'all the ones, I'm gonna be honest, women, y'all the reason why we have these transformers out there. Y'all the reason. Because if you was to see, I know when I seen a guy and they was like, whatever, I would say something like, you a man. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to be a female for? I'm not gonna say, oh, you look good and all this other stuff. What they say, oh, you look good, girl. I never called a man a girl in my life. You a guy. And I'm just gonna say a lot of these women are the reason why a lot of these men are like that. Y'all been gassing them up instead of telling them the truth. The men been telling the truth, like, look, you a man, you a boy, you shouldn't do this. But there's a lot of mothers out there that will allow their sons to wear their shoes, put their makeup on, wear a wig. You see something is going on with your sons, you're supposed to nip that in the bud immediately. But I would just say this, I will blame the women for this and for this altogether. I don't blame men for it because we are the teachers in the home, especially with these children. If you was to tell them, look, that's wrong, this, that, and the third, they wouldn't even go that route. But it's just mothers out there just praising they kids. Look at who is that? Magic Johnson's son. His mother was the one that egged that on. Soon as she seen whatever, she's supposed to nip that in the bud immediately. What she say? Oh, he wore my heels. He looks so cute. And look at him now. You supposed to be the one that teach your son, no, that's wrong. You're the one in the house. I know the father was gone this and third, but when it comes to the women, we are the teachers of our children. So you can't, a lot of people are saying, well, Magic Johnson is in the wrong because allegedly in the wrong because he should have been there. But at the same time, the mama allowed that, and that's why he turned out the way he did. Look at him. That's a hot mess. And he looked like his mama. Who? He like his mama and his daddy, but he like his mama. But Black Men Unfiltered said they getting vagina, what's that? Operations now. Men can get a complete vajayjay hole and everything. But they got to keep dilating it though. That's something we don't have to do. They have to keep dilating because those are actually wounds. So So if any men out there messing with them, y'all messing with wound. You sticking your stuff in the wound. Wounds are supposed to heal. That's why, if you have a gaping wound, because I work wound care, you have a gaping wound, it's always going to try to close. That's why they always got to go get dilated. And they get dilated more. I think I seen one said he had to keep going to get dilated like at least 4 to 6 times a month. Why put yourself through that much pain? It's the same with these sisters. Why put yourself in so much pain with these BBLs? Y'all just putting BBLs, you sucking the stomach. If you're gonna suck the fat out of your stomach, why would you put it somewhere else in your body? You still consider big. Just let them suck it out and just keep it out. Why would you put it back there? And then from what I heard, when it comes to the BBLs, they supposed to go through something, whatever, like a massage or something, but they actually pee the fat out because the fat wasn't what they call that. It wasn't organically from that part. So that's why they have that smell. That fat not supposed to be there. I'm just being honest. It's not supposed to be there. That's too much. And they saying they doing it for the men. The men said they don't want it. Y'all out here looking like ant. Y'all got ant bodies, and then y'all here walking around looking like wisdom teeth. So they don't like that stuff. But y'all, it's some Sims that probably do like it, this, that, and third. But ain't no man gonna marry that. And then when you getting these chest implants, how would you be able to feed your babies? You can't even breastfeed your child. Let's see. They are working on uterus transplants now for men to carry babies. Elon Musk is working on a robot that will take the seed and the egg, and the robot will carry. They already had those. They call clones. Yeah, they already had that. But you know what? I wouldn't put it to pass. Sis, I know, and there's probably a lot of sisters know this too. Ugh. I know, right? A lot of sisters probably know this too. If you ever go to the doctor, the first thing they tell you that is something wrong with your womb. They are going around telling 20-something-year-olds that they need to have a hysterectomy. What do you think? Why do you think they taking their uterus away? I bet you those are the main implants. Because what they do, they taking it more from our people more than anything. So that's the first thing they do. They would tell you that. They were like, well, something going on with your uterus. It's some girls I heard, like I said, a 20-year-old that's not active, but she's supposed to have all these issues with her uterus, and she had a hysterectomy done at the age of 20. That don't make no sense, but we already know where they getting all these uteruses from. It's a rise in from what I read. I gotta find that article and I bring it up. They said it's a major rise in hysterectomies among Black women, Black and brown women. And the youngest that the youngest that are having the hysterectomies are 18 years old. What you doing having a hysterectomy at 18 years old? That makes no sense. But since I mute my mic, I'll let you speak.
You know what? It doesn't shock me that they would say us to get hysterectomies. It doesn't shock me because anytime they have to try anything on, it has to be the original. It has to be the original. They can't use a copy. But this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. The human body is amazing because when the body knows that this part does not belong in it, the body begins to just burn itself. That's where you get that fever from. The body just begins to just burn itself because it thinks that there's something in it, or not even think, but it knows something in it that it doesn't belong. This is why they have to keep going for surgery after surgery. It's not just a one-hit quitter. You know what I'm saying? They have to keep going surgery after surgery because the body is not designed to take all that on. God made man a certain way and God made woman a certain way. And we supposed to have certain things in our body. And the sad part is they don't tell these younger ones that. They don't tell these younger ones you're going to go through all these surgeries and this and that. They don't tell them that. They just let them believe that they're going to have this one surgery and then boom, it's done. And not knowing you got to go through all this medication. You have to take multiple surgeries. And God knows how long it will be that you have to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that you think that if they're going to give these people, not these people, but if you're going to give this person a womb, they saying that they're going to be able to give them wombs so that they can hold the baby and be able to, birth this child. Do you know that our bodies are so different from men? Our bodies are so different that we are designed for our bones to open wide and give life. Do you know, and Miss O, you already know, how our bodies just open, okay? Like the refrigerator that you can open wide like that in the kitchen. The body just open. God designed us that those bones just fly right on open for that baby to fall out easy. And you telling me an implant gonna be able to do all that, okay? And you yourself don't get hurt because your body is not designed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary because you are trying to, and people who do this type of procedure, you know what you basically saying to Yahweh? You don't know how to do your job. That's what you basically telling Yahweh. No, the job you did was not good. And I had to go and get it done by someone you gave the understanding to. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that crazy? Like, I had to go to somebody, and even the doctors probably be surprised that this is going on as well. You know what I'm saying? You basically telling Yahweh you don't know what you're doing. Let me take the driver's seat. And then when all hell break loose and something is wrong with your body, now you somewhere crying, talking about, woe is me, I shouldn't have done this. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? I wanted to touch in on something, but I couldn't. We passed the subject. But I want to share something with you. One thing that I learned when I got a little older, I was like maybe in my late 20s. Those brothers that be so hard out here, the ones that's so hard gangster, they do the most gangster stuff in the street. They hard and this and that. These be those same ones, those big gangsters that be tossing up those boys up there in that prison. Be the same ones. They come home like they the big OG on the block and this and that, but they be the same ones that break those men down in here and they get broke down by somebody bigger than them. So that's why, and if I wish I would have learned that when I was younger. So the one that is the most toughest one on your block be the one that be breaking people down up there in that prison, and he get broke down too. Instead of you trying to be with a man who has purpose, that don't want to go to prison, that don't want to do any jail time, that want to have a stable home. This is the man we need to seek for. But listening to MC Lyte talking about, I need a roughneck, gotta have a roughneck nonsense. Back in the day, we thought we was listening to something good. You remember when we had a short haircut like Salt and Pepper? Ain't no way. Sitting up there listening to her, gotta have a rough neck. I'll be damned. I don't want no rough neck. I'll be damned. Okay? Because he's bending down like he's supposed to bend me down. I don't know what's going on. I'm finished. I'm done.
Yeah, I do remember that, sis, because I was like, she told us of all that. I was like, wait a minute, what in the hell? Where that song come from? I remember when I first heard that rough neck song. I said, oh no, that's not going to fare well. But yeah, you're right about that, sis. It's a lot of tough ones out there. You think that they Well, actually, it's a lot of women that want those type of guys. And then it's a lot of females now is saying that, oh, I found out my man was down low, but you wanted him. You wanted him, sis. They times like we couldn't believe it. He's strong and this, that, third, and out here running the street, coming to find out. I found out that he's a DL, as they call it. What you thought he was gonna be? Especially if he up in prison doing a 10-year bid, what you think he? That's why I was telling a lot of telling a lot of sisters that when it comes to when you getting with these guys, vet them. Try to make sure that they wasn't in those systems, because if you look at it, a lot of sisters is messing with these guys that was fresh out of prison or had a long, lengthy prison record. Either they gonna end up messing with your child or putting, tainting your kids. And it's not just the girls you have to look after. You have to look after your sons too. And then on top of it, a lot of them is down low, so you don't know what in the world they bring into you. That's why the HIV and STD rates is so high. And I'm not just gonna put it off on them, because there's a lot of women out there that's just promiscuous with their body. They just opening up their soul to everyone, and they not even thinking about the STDs. Like I said, it's 2 STDs: is sexually transmitted diseases, is sexually transmitted demons. So you're gonna have double. But they don't know what kind of spirit when you having sex, especially that's this, sis, you married. We having intercourse with our husbands. We take on their spirit. We are in tune with our husbands because of that. But a lot of these women out here that's just open their legs up to everybody. You taking in all these demons and all these spirits and stuff. So what? And then you had nerve to complain about it, talking about some I didn't know he was this. I didn't know he was that. For a lot of you women out there say that we're so educated. You mean tell me you wasn't educated on that fact? You wasn't educated on anything. You just opened your legs, whatever. Then you all of a sudden surprised about how this man is. I didn't know he was down low. Y'all ignore the red flags. It was there. It was there. Y'all the ones that said, oh, I can fix him, and you think that your box gonna change somebody. Your box can't change anybody. It really can't. It's up to that person to change for themselves. It's nothing we can do. But if you want to call yourself looking for a build-a-boo and you thinking you could fix this man, and that's what it is, a build-a-boo. You want to build a man, and once you call yourself saying that, oh, I built, what's that one that I built this ninja? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women out there that say that. You didn't build him. You end up enabling this man because he's supposed to find his own way. We're not supposed to lead a man. A man's supposed to find his own way. And then when he find his own way by you building him, and he call himself leaving, and he get with somebody and he doing better for this one woman, she allowed him to be himself. She allowed him to grow. She did not build him. And the first thing a lot of women say, oh, I did this for this man. I did that for that man. I built him up, and for him to just leave me. That's what you get, really, because we're not supposed to build no man. A man's supposed to lead himself. It will do us a disservice on being a leader when it comes to a man. And there's a lot of women out here, from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of them out here is they're getting on the knees and bending the knees and asking these men to marry him. Y'all all the way backwards on that one, because if this man really wanted to marry you, he would have asked you to marry him on his time immediately. It don't take 5, 10, 20 years to get married to nobody. Because a man know immediately if he want to marry you or not. But I'm done on that one. I don't know if we had another video. We will see. But this is crazy. We got one more video, I think. I'll mute my mic. I don't know if we have another one or not. Do we have one more? I think he said we had 3. I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, anyway.
To Mr. Rowan, you lied to your daughter, and you sat up in this court and lied to me. Do you know whose name is on there?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know who signed it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this the other man that you would get mad and tell your daughter she looked like?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've known all these years, for 29 years, that this other man's name was on her birth certificate?
Yes, I did.
So when Mr. Rowan left, the other man came up to the
Yes,
hospital
Your Honor.
and then signed the birth certificate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did he sign the birth certificate? He believed he was the father?
Yes, he did.
And Mr. Rowan's been taking care of Sherelle.
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, let the truth
Yes,
come out
yes,
now.
Your
We're here.
Honor.
We're here now. We're here. At the time he signed the birth certificate, did you really have a question as to whether or not Mr. Rowan was the father or this other man, or did you know this other man was the father?
I knew the other man was the father. I just didn't want it to be.
Were there any other possibilities?
No, Your Honor.
That's what they all say.
Mr. Rowan, you are not the father.
No. No.
You are not the father. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's on paper. Like I said, ain't nothing gonna change. Come here, baby. Come here. Come over here. It's all good, and you going home too. We gonna be a family.
Yeah,
True self. Step over and be by your daughter. All right?
Well, this was an unlikely, beautiful surprise.
I have to say something on that. That's a straight up simp alert. She knew, you know what? She played him because she knew he was a simp to begin with. If you know it's a possibility that this man is not the father, at least let him know. Look, it's a possibility you may not be the father. You give him that choice on if he want to be there or not for that child. You can't just say, "Oh, I knew the other man was the father and I didn't want him to be." You're robbing this man of his life because he could have been somewhere else. You're robbing your child of their life because they missed out on being in their real father's life. These women are so selfish. Now, that's what you call narcissistic. She thought about herself. Narcissistic means selfish. You selfish. It's all about you. And that is just, boy, that is crazy. And that man, he was like, come here. Nah, brother. No. You should have dropped her right then and there. Now, if he wanted to have a relationship with the girl because he raised her from birth, that's a different story. But I would have just brushed that off. Sims just it just grinds my gears. Sis, I'll let you go on and say something. I'm not even gonna say nothing because it's gonna go left.
Miss O, I disagree with you. Okay? Because she was young when she had that girl.
Who the hell is this nigga you feel the need to entertain?
She was young when she had that girl. She didn't know that screwing two men would lead to a pregnancy without a condom. She didn't know. Okay? Women don't take accountability for stuff like that. Did you see her face in the courtroom? She was straight up. Her face was straight up. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Women, listen. This is the uncomfortable truth. This is the uncomfortable truth. If a woman is sleeping with two men at the same time, the brother that is doing better is the one that's the daddy. Use the pappy, okay? You is the pappy, okay? That's what you is. You the pappy. If you the one that's doing good and got the good job in the car and everything, okay? You is the pappy. The one that ain't doing nothing right and everything, he doing nonsense in the street and stuff like that. He ain't never the pappy. But once Dana come and prove it, it's always the one that ain't got nothing. They be the daddy. All the time. That be the one that ain't the one that ain't got nothing, be the daddy. And the one that got everything, done raised the baby and everything as their own, and they believe that all the while that child was theirs. Because mama said, use the pappy. Look how innocent she looked up there, standing up there talking, well, yes, Your Honor, this and that. Mind you, no accountability, It's all right that you screwed 2 men in the same night, because some of y'all do it in the same night. It's all right that I screwed 2 men at the same night. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used no condom. You got a relationship with this one. You've been with this one for many years, and you wasn't screwing this one. Been in a relationship 2 years with this man. You never used protection. Okay? But you go out there and cheat on him, and you don't use protection with the stranger either. I'll be damned. You know what I'm saying? I'll be damned. Okay. And now the baby born. Baby don't look nothing like this man. But you told him, use the pappy. And because he loved you so much, he believed it. And this is how, let me share something with you, Miss O. You already know. This has been happening since the beginning of time, baby. Since the beginning of time. Great granddaddy got 12 children. 6 of them look like him, and 6 look like Mr. Charlie from down the street. I'll be damned. Okay? I'll be damned. 6 look like great granddaddy, and the other 6 look like Mr. Charlie from down the street. Okay? All you got to do is look at your family members. That's all you got to do. You already know grandma was doing some nonsense. All you got to do is look at your family members. All of them are that brown skin, all them brown skin, looking like that purple brown skin like granddaddy. Okay? And then one of the babies looking like Snow White. Okay? Looking like Snow White. Yeah. Okay? And then Mr. Charlie come by the house, and you look at Mr. Charlie, and Mr. Charlie make a joke to him about your house. You know you got a football team down there, John. And then you look at Mr. Charlie, and you look at that little one down there on that bike, and you say, well, Charlie, one of them look like you, damn it. You know what I'm saying? One of them look like you, damn it. You know what? This just breaks my heart so bad, because we don't understand what we do. You know, women like this, I call them a robber and a thief. You are a robber and a thief when you do this to these babies. You don't know the stuff that these kids go through when you rob them of having a good father, all because you want to be out here thotting it up. And I'm done. I'm finished.
And to add on to what you were saying, sis, that's why a lot of kids have issues with their mothers, because the mothers, like I said, we have the turkey-baster babies. We know about those. Also, it's a lot of women out there. A lot of kids can't understand why their mothers don't love them. And the reason why is because they thought they can have a trap me baby with a man, and then come to find out the man don't want no more or whatever, or this man was married, and they just take it off on the kids because, oh, I gave him a kid, and he's supposed to left his wife for me because I gave him a child. That don't work like that either. We really supposed to marry before we carry. That way you won't have these issues. It's so many people out there, broken people. Like, it's a lot of broken daughters out there. There's a lot of broken sons out there because they don't know who their fathers are. And these women is just reckless with their box. And they don't care nothing about anybody. They don't care about their kids. They damn near don't even care about themselves because they just they walk in open books. I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all out there just opening your legs, you letting everybody in. If a dragon had one, if it was a dragon walking around, they'd let him hit it too. I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all really need to do better. The main people that really hurt in this scenario would be the father that thought he was the father, that put time in with this child. You're actually robbing this man of his child. He thought that was his child the whole entire time, and you just snatched his whole soul away. You did not care about that man, and you did not care about him, at least you didn't even tell him the truth. And then these daughters or these kids, even the sons, when they find out the father's not theirs, you know that's not their father. What you think is gonna happen with them mentally? As you know, they thought this was their dad. Now they got to go out there and do something that you should have did in the first place by letting them know, like, look, nipped it all in the bud by telling the real father, look, it's a possibility that you the father. Y'all could have had tests. They had DNA tests back then. They had DNA tests in the 70s. I had a cousin that had to get a DNA. Well, my uncle did a DNA test for one of my cousins. Coming to find out my cousin was his daughter. So they can't say, oh, it wasn't no DNA test in the 70s, because it was. I was born in 74. My cousin is 2 years older than me. So it was like 72. So they did have those tests. And I think the test got done when she was like 2-3 years old. So they always had it. But I'm a big advocate when it comes to Dana with these tests. If you having a child, if you married or not, get a DNA test to make sure that that is yours, because in the long run, you do not want to spend all your life and resources on a child and you coming to find out it's not yours. You have to think about, and I'm talking about the men, you have to think about your health, about you. A lot of women, it's all about me, me, me. It's not about me all the time. It's not about you all the time. It's about that man. It's about them children. And until they learn that, nothing to change. Nothing to change. We got one more video, guys. So hold on one moment.
We don't speak for all women when I say this. We don't really want to get married. We'll tell y'all that just to see what y'all gonna do, because it puts y'all under pressure. But in reality, every woman has at least 5 men. And we're gonna make you feel like you're the only one every single time. But in our reality, we got James, we got Brandon, we got the old man Billy with a lot of money. Then we got Keyshawn. And then last but not least, we got you. Because as a woman, a black woman, white woman, Latina, we have to weigh out all of our options.
I'll let you start first, sis.
Why me first though? Because I'll be damned. That does not make any sense. But you know, this younger generation, you know, they foolish like this on social media. They think this makes sense. Okay? When you got all types of STDs running around here, when you got HIV running around here, I'll be damned. Okay? I'll be damned. And you know what? I'll share something with you. A lot of these young ones, when you let men that, you know, just like she said, what she said, 5, right? When you believe that having 5 men in your life, when you believe letting 5 men in your life bring you substance, baby, you the problem. You the problem. Because remember, when men make love to women or when they screwing them, they doing exercise on you. Somebody breaking you off something. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. It's a problem. Okay? And so they get out here on these social media streets and they think the stuff that they put out makes some sense. I'll be damned. And she thought she sounded good saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because they like that nonsense. And then when they get as old as me, okay, they talking about they can't find nobody. Of course, you screwing 5 at a time. Of course, this is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. I'm done.
I have to say this. Oh my God, that was so ignorant. Women are actually, I'm not gonna say women, because women don't act like this. Ostriches, little girls, they have the lowest self-esteem ever. This is low self-esteem and this is mental illness. Let's just call it like it is. For you to have so many partners at once. And on top of it, there's a lot of women out there that prefer trains. I never understood that train thing. I never understood that. You just
It's disgusting.
it is disgusting. When I used to hear some women talking they'd rather have that, I was like, what in the world? You wouldn't want one? Like, one can't satisfy me. It's something mentally wrong with you. You something wrong. it's a mental illness, and that's just sad. And I can't even just say, sis, I can't even just say for the new generation, even in our generation, we Generation X, we seen it. They was out there. That's how we knew about the trains in the high school. They can be in the high schools at the landings doing whatever. And we used to see it all the time. We used to hurry up and walk past real quick with our books. And old girl getting done by the football team. So they've been doing this, and it's, I would have to say, with a lot of these sisters that go through that, their mothers went through the same thing. And it's just a generational thing. And, and the mother's not telling their daughters, like, look, this is something that you shouldn't do. Learn from my mistake. They don't want to do that. They allow their daughters to do all those things just because they did it. And that's just wrong. They say, a girl at my job said it's on her bucket list to have men at the same time. She says that she will be in. No, that's nasty. That's a whole 304 right there. You don't want to do that. And then my thing is too on that one as well, when these women doing that, like I was saying last time, sis, that these men, they don't believe that these men talk amongst each other like, oh, I had her like this, I had her like that. They high-fiving each other and stuff. You the laughing stock. It's nothing glorious about that. It's so many queens out here that, but they the wrong, like I said, they the wrong queen. It's QUEAN. You ill behaved. Something is wrong with you. Y'all need help. How do you expect to have a husband when this man that you want, it's always, I put it this way, y'all. It's always, a sister always have this one man that she want to get with, but she can never get him. It's always that one. And they wonder why this man don't want them. And they be like, oh, I want him, but he don't want me. This man didn't heard from Pookie and Ray Ray how he got you, how he had you bent over somewhere. They don't want you. Y'all really need to get a brain check. Something is wrong. Maybe something happened when you was younger or something like that. I don't know, but it's just getting out of hand, and we really need to stop that cycle when it comes to our daughters. We really have to talk to them like, look, this is not the way to go. Like I said, when I was growing up, I had this fast ass friend, and that's what she was. She was fast. My mama caught it like that. She was like, oh, you ain't being around her. And I was like, oh, I was trying to be nice to her because, like I said, this girl was getting bullied in school. But she was getting trains ran on her. She was messing with older men that worked at Chrysler Ford, the big three here in Michigan, Detroit. She was doing it all. But I couldn't see it because I was trying to be a friend to her. But my mom seen it and other people saw it. So we really have to be careful. We really have to steer these daughters in the right direction, because if we don't, they're going to turn out just like, they're going to be worse. They're worse because they going around, they listen to Sexy Red. Ain't nothing sexy about that. But, that's their idol. All these other women is their idol. So we have work to do, sisters. We really have work to do. But I think I'm done on this one. Sis, I'll let you take us out.
So I just wanted to say this. I was thinking a little bit. I was like 2 on 1. Now, do I get a choice? Because I want them to clone my husband, but then my husband is a problem because he does that death grip. So I don't know if the clone will have the same death grip. Because if the clone got the same death grip, then no, I'm just gonna stick with the one. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Because my husband is a whole problem. But even in his old age, he's still like that. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I could, listen, I'll fight with you. But listen, now it's like, wait a minute, hold on. But I'm finished. I guess we could watch the last video. Yeah.
I think that was the last one, sis. So we can go ahead. Yeah. I believe that was, hold on, let me see if we got one more. Yep, that was the last one, sis.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you know what? I think the thing is that young women need to be taught that you are somebody. That your body is so precious that you know what I'm saying? You need to love yourself. This is a lot of things that our women, this is a key component that our women are missing in the community. That your body is a temple. You have to learn how to protect yourself. Why are you giving away something so precious to everybody when it's designed for one person? Sometimes I think if I could just turn back the hands of time, baby, I would have waited on my king. I would have waited on my king. Because that chocolate man was coming to me. I would have waited on my king. I'm telling you, hands down, I would have. I regret a lot of things in my old age, but I'll share something with you. I never will ever regret having a little problem at the laundromat and meeting my king. I will never regret that day. Because he saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. It's amazing when you meet a man that is coming to restore. You know, a lot of women say that men come to destroy, but there are a lot of men that come to restore. But you have to be willing to get restored. You have to be willing to be, and dare I say, obedient. You have to be willing. What this pastor said tonight was on some demon time. And may God punish him for even preaching that sermon. Because I'll be damned if you tell a woman that her man is supposed to look up to her, and she is not the one that has to give her life when danger comes. I'll be damned. That's the ultimate sacrifice that men have to do. They have to give their life for their family. And so now the husband's supposed to look to you. And this is the uncomfortable truth. All y'all pastors that teach this foolery to the younger generation, may Yahweh smite all of y'all. I said it. I said what I said. And I'm done. I'm done.
All right, sis, we got one more video. So we'll play this on out and give our take, and then we'll be closing out.
To the men, if you want a woman that you admire, that you look up to, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you want a woman that you can look up to, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. Because as you're looking up to a woman that you admire, society is going to try to pressure you to bring her down so you can look at her eye level. And when you bring her down, at this point, you're going to minimize, you're going to downplay, you're going to suffocate the gifts, the talents, and the abilities on the inside of her when God brought her into your life for you to look up, for her to sharpen you, and for you to start coming up in your maturity, for you to start coming up in your identity. If you don't have the proper identity of a man and you don't know who you are, as you're looking up, you're going to get uncomfortable. Then you're going to try to start bringing her down. And if you start trying to bring her down, she cannot be to you who God intended for her to be to you in order to sharpen you, to reposition you, to put you in a place that accelerates your life simply because you're not comfortable looking like this. People are not even going to be able to see you looking like this. You just got to know I look like this and I admire up here because watch this. This is not downplaying me. This is uplifting me.
Look, that man is like I said, that's Pastor Simp, okay? For one, oh God. In other words, he's telling these women out here, do not subject yourself to your husband. in other words, there's no such thing as subjection. We're supposed to be subjected to our husbands. Period. This man is telling them, no, sisters, you are the superior being. That's what he's saying. He's saying you are the superior being. You're up here and your man is down here. That's not how it's supposed to be. They supposed to be up here and we supposed to be down here. And that's why a lot of women out here have these issues and these problems. Now I'm talking about some, they can't find no man and to get on their program. No, we supposed to get on that man's program, not the other way around. We supposed to follow a man. The man not supposed to follow us. Now, if you have a man that follow you, it's something wrong with you and it's something wrong with him. He is not a protector. He be the first one. The door get kicked in. He gonna hide under a bed and you have to be front and center with your baseball bat. I wouldn't want that. I'm being honest, sis. I wouldn't want that. The man, we supposed to look up to our husbands. We're supposed to look up to our husbands. They're not supposed to look up to us. What kind of crazy crap is that? That man, you know what? That's why his parishioners, that's why he have, I bet you a whole quarter, sis, that he have a whole bunch of women at his church. If it's any man sitting up there at the church, listen to that, they got problems. Because if I was a man, I would have got right on up and walked right on out. That is crazy. 20,000 members. I bet you about 19,980 is women. Or they go the other way. I'm just going to be honest. I'm talking about the men up in there. No real man going to sit up in there and listen to a man tell them that they supposed to look up to their man. Not at all. They have 6 locations. Oh, he making his money. He making his money. But you know what? Those are those prosperity preachers. And they know how to get their money just like everybody else. There's a lot of content creators that's out here that's coddling women, that's not even keeping them accountable. They telling them everything they want to hear, giving them ear candy so they can get money out of them. If that's one, but you know what? That's how pimps used to do. Pimps would feed them. I'm being honest. Pimps would feed them their ear candy just to get them out there on the stroll so they can get money out of them. They the same ones. That's why I said pastor pimps. Number simps. But I mute my mic. I'm on that. I'm done with that one. You can go ahead, sis, and your last thoughts.
And you know what? You speaking the truth, my sister. Those pastor pimps. This is a problem. This is a problem. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. And our sisters is looking for someone to tell them what they're doing is right. This is why they cling to content creators who tell them it's all right that you got 6 children and 6 baby daddies. It's all right. They have to cling to the lie because they know what they have done is wrong. They have to cling to the lie. This is why when if pastors was really preaching the word of God, if they was preaching the true word of God, they wouldn't have nobody in their church. None of those women would sit there and be in that church because they would have a fire in their belly that they know what they doing is wrong. How you keep having baby after baby and you sitting up in the house of God, there's no husband? That doesn't make sense. That's how you know the pastor is not preaching right, because there's only women inside the church. Because the problem is that the word of God, and this is the biggest problem that a lot of Christians miss. The word of God is a two-edged sword. It's going to hit you and the person that's giving it to you. That's how the word of God goes. But they always miss that part. You can't tell me you got all these babies, there's no husband, and every day, every Sunday when you leave church, you feel good. Some days you're supposed to feel convicted in the decisions that you have made. You shouldn't keep having baby after baby and there's no father. But this is how they have to, this is how these pastors make money. This is how these content creators stay big. Look at Crimson Cure. As much as Crimson not preach, but as much as she give lessons about how to behave, do you know Crimson is supposed to be just, her numbers are supposed to be out of the woodwork, but because the teaching is too hard, women can't sit amongst Crimson. Only lionesses can sit amongst Crimson because we understand what she's doing. But do you believe an ostrich, shout out to Mrs. O, do you believe an ostrich can sit under Crimson? Oh, hell no. No. And this is the uncomfortable truth. This is why women get mad with you, Miss O. They get mad with me. They get mad with Grace. They get mad with Crimson, of course. They get mad with Danica. They get mad with Dee Dee. This is why. Because we're not here to sugarcoat the nonsense. We are not here to agree with the foolery that they're doing. And they quick to tell us, oh, you look like Silly from The Color Purple. Oh, you's a mammy, you's a pick-me. Oh, you know what? One day your husband gonna cheat on you. I love when they put that in the comment section. One day your husband gonna cheat on you. Baby, I tell them, return to sender, okay? Return to sender with the blood of Jesus on it. Return to sender. I'll be damned, okay? Sometimes they even get up here, tell you, you look like that lady who do the, that used to do, I forgot her name. That used to do the horoscope and everything. What they call that? I forgot her name. Okay. Mind you, all these women, what's her name?
Cleo.
Mind you, all these women that they mention, okay? All these women is beautiful. I be damned. Somebody told me I looked like Cleo the other day. I told them, thank you, baby, because she was beautiful. I'm sorry. Okay? You want to call me Silly from The Color Purple? I be damn. Listen, Silly from The Color Purple, when she was young, she was beautiful. Now I'm mad with Whoopi Goldberg right now, so I can't even say nothing like that because I'm mad with her. Okay, but y'all know Whoopi looked good back in the day. Let's act like we understand the assignment. Y'all know Whoopi was beautiful. Okay, I be damn. You call me what you want to call me. Okay, call me a pick me and everything, but I was picked already. Damn it. Okay, okay. And I speak to the mic on the deli. So I don't know what is going on. This young generation is crazy. I'm tired. It's aggravating to me to even be watching stuff like this. It pissed me off. And the pastor, we already know his wife, she got your balls in her purse. If you marry. But some of these new free-thinking pastors, ain't none of them married. They doing something else. Okay? Talking about they love God. They doing something else. All right. Any man you get that talk like that, they doing something else. You gotta watch them. You know what I'm saying? Everything women do, you talking about she did it right. You gotta watch her. And I'm done. I'm finished. I'm finished running my mouth. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. We appreciate y'all.
And thank you, everybody, for coming out as well. Next week, make sure you all come and join me and Good Sis at Thursday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for coming to join us, and you all have a great night.
make it rain on you. Let me hear you hit them notes.
Sometimes in thoughts there's a misty rain, and gently touches my soul. It cools the fire that burns in me, and I simply lose control. So just, let your love shower on.